Hi friends, it's Julia. I'm here to share my Out with the Old for my December stash kit or my January counterfeit kit challenge kit, whichever you want to call it. So December 2019, I made a huge stash kit of Christmas supplies, papers, and embellishments, stuff to create a bunch of layouts with. And then I didn't get it all used up. January came around and the counterfeit kit challenge blog had their inspiration kit was a Christmas kit, so I thought, okay, well, I'll just use the same kit and keep going. By that time, I think I had made maybe 10 or 11 layouts with the kit. I didn't make very much in the month of December, but I finished it out. I made a total of 31 layouts with the kit, and I'm going to put it away. So let me get on with the Out with the Old. So the original inspiration kit was a Felicity Jane kit. Noel. It was called Noel, right? Yeah. Okay. We're going with Noel. And so I had ordered 2 paper packs, and there were 8 sheets of paper in each paper pack, and I've already cut off all the branding strips. So these will just go back into my stash. Okay. So I have this green one with the other green on the back side, this star paper with the Christmas gifts, this red and white striped, and this grid pattern. That's it as far as pattern papers in whole sheets that I have from the Felicity Jane kit. Now I did add a bunch more pattern paper and cardstock in. Well, I don't need my piece of cardboard. So I'll just flip through here and show you. I have a piece of red cardstock, a piece of green cardstock, gray, I have a peach, I have a couple of acetate sheets, I have a vellum sheet, I have a metallic sheet, snowflakes, that one says let it snow, polka dots, deer heads with music in the background, more snowflakes, floral. This is Market Street. I don't remember. I think the other one was Recollections, that last paper. This is Market Street from My Mind's Eye. And I have tons of this paper because, you know, it's too pretty to use. So I've been hoarding it. This is, I think, Heidi Swap maybe. Yeah. So I have that piece of paper from that. This is Stampin' Up. This is Old Chatterbox. And these are Recollections, I believe. And I really hung on to this. Who doesn't love that with the silver foiling in there? Oh my gosh, I love these patterns. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. I love, this is my favorite color green, and it's kind of like a wood grain. Or no, sorry, a music note in the very background, overlaid with the doilies and snowflakes, overlaid by the embossed snowflakes and dots. Golly, so pretty. A cut apart sheet, another solid sheet, and another solid sheet. So, and I don't remember how many exactly I started with. If I think about it, I'll try and count everything up. But I don't know that I wrote down how many I started with. Well, that kind of sucks. I did have quite a few scraps left. These are all of my bigger scraps. I am very much one of those people that will continue keep at my scraps until I get them used up. So really and truly, it looks like I have a ton here because I just cut into quite a few. But like I said, if I had kept working with this kit, I would have cut into more. Smaller scraps, those are it for border strips that I have left. There's no actual border strips from the kit, but there are lots of, or branding strips, but these are all like cut-offs, like where I cut it down from 12 by 12 to 11.5 by 11.5. And then I keep, like I said, all of those little tiny scraps. So that's got a lot of these smaller scraps that I have. I did order on clearance in January. They had a package of 20 sheets of red and green cardstock. I added it with the kit, but I never used any of these pieces of paper. So this will go back into my stash as well. Let me move these out of the way. My scraps, most of them, with the exception of a few of the smaller ones, will all go into my Christmas stash as well. I'm very much a hoarder of scraps. What can I say? Okay, on to embellishments. Let me show you. I have adhesive on that already because I was going to use it on something. I have quite a few of these little deer heads that I made. I have quite a few little Christmas trees. I have those sentiments that I had cut out. I have the stockings. I have all of that left. I have quite a few of the Santa heads left. All the embellishments that I stamped out and colored and fussy cut, or stamped and fussy cut or die cut. I have tons of embellishments here. All of that stamped and colored. These are all just cut out in the different shapes. I have circles and tags and ovals and squares and rectangles, some with stitch, some with not. So I have tons of stuff as far as embellishments go. And these will go right into my Christmas stash, and I will probably use them for Christmas cards, tags, or more layouts. Again, more little bits and pieces that I have punched out. There's stars and circles in there with some of the scraps. Project Life or pocket page cards. This whole little set here are cut aparts from that one paper pack towards the back with the silver foiling. Then there's a little baggie. I have tags, journal tags that I have added in. And I have a couple of different collections here. I think there's Close to My Heart and there's Becky Higgins Project Life cards in here. So yeah, those will go back into my stash. The larger die cuts and such, or I mean cards. Let me see what else is down in there. So I have these little envelopes that did not get used. I have these letter stickers that I did use a couple of times. These stickers that I used a couple of times. I have half of a square doily. I have several round doilies left that I had added in. More of those cut aparts. And there's a 4x6 piece of paper that I cut. And then I have some of the bags that I added in. And again, Close to My Heart and Project Life, the Becky Higgins Project Life cards here. So yeah, I have quite a few of those little bits and pieces left, the bigger bits and pieces. Those are all the things that are not packaged. And I will show you what I have repackaged. Now, all of my washi tapes, I did use all of them at one point or another. So I felt really good about that. So there's all of those. I have paper clips in red and silver. I had some little stars that I used up. All of this was full of the little flat sequins. There's little bells. There's holly leaf sequins, and then there's little acrylic snowflakes in there. There's the back side of one of those. And I use those a bunch. I have ribbon fibers here, and I used a ton of these as well. I have wood veneer. I have acrylic pieces. There, I have labels, more wood veneer. These are probably going to go into my do not want bin because I have pulled them out on multiple Christmas kits and tried to use them, but this is just so bulky. And these really don't suit my style, and there's just two of them. So yeah, these are the chipboard numbers that came with the Noel kit that I did not use. Wood veneer, cork shapes. These are the mini doilies. These larger wood veneer. Now I added those 1, 2, 3, 4 in there, and I didn't use any of them. The bling, I think I used all of, with the exception of the silver. I think, yeah, I did use the gold. I used the black, I used the white, I used the red, the triangles, the stars. Yeah. So I didn't use, I did finish off a couple of partial packages, but I did not use, you know, like all of any. I had 2 packages with partial bits in there. I combined the blue into here. The blue was left on the other package, and this is what was left in here. And so, yeah. but I used everything at least once. I have these brads, which I used a good portion of. Letter stickers, yeah, I used nearly all of them. There were a couple of the reds that I didn't use. That red I did use. These black ones, you can't really tell it, but I did use. These reds I did not. These silver and white I used the heck out of. These are like a flat gold I did use. These gold and white I did. The green and white I did. I don't think I used these. These have been in my stash for a long time too. These green I did, and these green I did. Then I have these cardboard red glitter stickers, and I used those I think once or twice. And these are from the Felicity Jane kit, the Noel Puffy alphabet, and I did use that. So you can see I've gotten tons of stuff used. Let me put all of this back into this basket so I can move it out of the way. I just don't want to rip open any packages or anything, because everything's ready to go back into my stash, into my Christmas stash, or you know, into my regular stash. So there's that basket. Okay, let me show you this basket. Now I have lots left in the packages, but that's okay because I am going to get it used up eventually. And what I don't want, I'll let you know. Like the chipboard circles that I have, I probably used half of those. I only used a couple of the Noel pocket page cards. I used about half of the Noel die cut shapes. I used about half of the Felicity Jane Holly die cuts. This ephemera pack I used quite a bit of, but I didn't write down how many. It was a partial pack when I started. These flare, now I don't know if these are all the, I know this isn't. This says 6 pieces, so I know this is like from another package. So I had multiple packages of flare that I combined into these 3, and these are all my Christmas. I could probably get away with putting those into regular and that one into regular, but I'm not going to. I'm going to leave these in with my Christmas supplies. These tags I used a couple of. These little tiny tags, it started off with 24 and I only have 7 left, so I got a ton of those used. These Felicity Jane tags I used 2 of. These from Pebbles I used probably 4 or 5 of. These from Pebbles I did not use at all this year. These die cuts from Recollections I used several of. This is from a Project Life. The 3x4 and the 4x6, I had a small package of Just Christmas, and these came from one of those. These are from Recollections, and I used, well, I started with 24 and I have 17, so that's a little over half left in that package. This package of ephemera, and these started out as partial packs, and I got more used out of them. These gift tags, these are from the Target Dollar Spot. They've been in my stash for a long time, and I think I actually got one more used this year. This set from American Crafts I did use. These photo corners, I started off with 2 packages, so I started off with 80 altogether, and I have 69 left. These letter stickers are from are from Freckled Fawn, and I did use both these 2 sets, but I still have 4 packages untouched, and I may put some of those into a giveaway box. We'll see. These from Sticko, I love the font. I love everything, the color. They are chipboard though, and they don't stick worth a hooey. They'll probably end up in the bottom of the package before you know it. Yeah, I've been fighting to keep those in the package. These from Sticko, the foam letters, I love these, but there's just not enough of them. Like there were 2 large A's and 2 small A's, and that's it. So I was trying to Frankenstein. That was either a B or a Q, trying to make a small letter A with those. These from Maggie from American Crafts. I had 3 sets to start with of those, and I did use that set once. This set from Thicker's American Crafts called Candy Cane I did use once, and I think I had previously used this. These from Chamel, the word stickers, I used a ton, but not the letter stickers. These word phrases, I did use several. My gold stickers I did use. These bags from Snow and Cocoa I did not use at all. I have these label stickers. I don't think I used those. These are from Chamel. These are chipboard bits I did not use. These chipboard shapes from Chamel, I did use quite a few. So that's what I have left. These from crepe paper from the Merry Days collection, I used one out of all of these. And I know why they're probably at Tuesday morning. It's because they leak. You can see everything leaking out of the package there. Yeah, around the little house and that one. Yeah, they leak horribly. I have a mess of glitter all over my craft room. These I did use. These wood veneer I did not use. These I used quite a few from, but they're old and they're falling apart. So they may make it back into my stash, they may not. These from Jot I did not use only because my Christmas colors are red, gold, and green. Now I'll throw in some other colors on occasion, but I just did not feel like I could make these work. So I may give these away, but I may hold on to them for a little bit longer. We'll see. These from Noel, I did use 2 words and a lot of the little dots. These puffy stickers I did use. These are divider pages, the acetate and the cardstock, but I did not buy the albums, so I have all of those left. Not sure if I'm going to keep those or not. These are Stampin' Up, and there's 4 little mini sheets in there, and I may get rid of those too. They've been in my stash for a long time. These old K & Company border strips, I used probably 3 or 4 of them, and I've had those forever, but I'm going to hang on to them. These chipboard bits from Echo Park I used. These from Cartabella I used. These from Market Street, My Mind's Eye, I used quite a few of. These from Close to My Heart, these are Yule. This set from Bo Bunny, I used quite a few from. This set is from Hobby Lobby, and I used several of those floral images there. This set from American Crafts, I used a ton of. And then I have 2 large chipboard sheets. This one from Merry Days and this one from My Mind's Eye. I used a couple of pieces from here, and I used a ton from this one. I feel like it was a ton. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pieces missing. So, and I just got it before Christmas this year. So that's what I have as far as the larger stickers and stuff go. Now I will go through some of this before I put it back in my stash, and if I'm going to get rid of anything, I will pull it aside at that point when I'm putting it away. It's kind of hard to judge since I just repackaged everything. It's kind of hard to judge at this very moment if I truly want to keep something or not. I like to see it when it's like with all of my stash out, so I kind of have a better idea of if I have something similar to that in my stash to make it worthwhile to get rid of something. So these are the leftover packages, what I'm going to be getting rid of. You know, a lot of them were partial packages that are stuff that has been in my stash for a long time that I was finally able to get used up. Yeah. And those were some of the duplicate flare packages and the duplicate photo corner packages from the 2 packages of paper that I had added in from Felicity Jane this time. And then of course I have the little envelopes from that are empty. They'll go back into my stash, but those are the empty envelopes from where I had put all the die cut pieces. When I pieced them together, I carried them in that for a little while before I added them into my big bowl. So I told you guys that I followed along with Christy's Beautiful Life doing her 31 days of sketches. Now that was from November of 2019. I followed along with that, and I had planned to do 30 days of sketches or 31 days of sketches for December, and then life happened, so I wasn't able to get everything done in a timely manner. So what I've got here are the 31 that I've done for December and January, and I'll just show them all to you. This is the first layout from sketch number 1, and it was from Scrap Our Stash blog, and this is just a photo of our new deer we got in 2013 for the front yard. He's super cute, and you can see first layout that I made, and I cut into 1, 2 pieces of solid paper, and then that was actually from the packaging of one of the paper pads. So that's always fun to get those done. And I leave these on here only to let me know when I'm doing my shares, obviously, but when I'm doing my video process videos, that as well. This is the day 2 sketch, and it does not have where it was from on there, and I don't remember. I didn't remember to go back and look, but I have this little glassine bag here that I have added my journaling, and then just one of those cute little tags that I put my grandkids' names on, and those just fit in there super cute like. I love those showing through, or the Santa Claus showing through. Yeah, but you can see I use Flair, that puffy shaker card there. I use sequins, stickers. Yeah, just had a great time. That's called Santa's Helper. This one did not turn out quite the way I wanted it to. And it is a sketch number 3 from Crafty Templates. Now this was the original sketch that Christy used was a big heart shape, and I thought because we're at Christmas time, I'm going to use a big package. Yeah, it didn't turn out quite the way I wanted it to. I wish I had put the ribbon cross here and then cross here and put the bow in the middle so that you could see that it was a package, but I still think it represents it okay. It works for me. It's good. It's a done layout. It's going into the album. Yeah. This one is sketch number 4 from the Hip Kit Club. And you can see I really struggled with getting all of these washi tapes and papers at odd angles. If you guys know me, you know that I struggle with doing things off kilter. I'm very much a line it up straight. It doesn't have to be matchy-matchy, but I like it lined up fairly straight. So doing stuff like this is difficult for me, and I love the challenge that these layouts gave me. These are very much sketches that have Christy style all over them. Day number 5, or layout number 5 from Laura Rumble. Again, another glassine bag with hidden journaling here. That's a pocket page card on both sides, and I just did the journaling on the inside. And that was actually washi tape that I had placed on cardstock, and I just glued it together, cut it and glued it together, and stuck it there to be my little ribbon for that. And I love that those are images that I stamped. And that's a Christmas tree that I created. And you can see I did a ton of cutting out, which is kind of difficult to do when you are just starting a layout process or starting to use a kit. That's layout 5, and I had a hard time with making all those scraps. Now this is day 6, and the inspiration was, maybe if I can catch it, Allison Davis at Scrapbook Generation. And I just use all the die cuts that were relating to something in the mail, like postage paid, signed, sealed, and delivered, delivering Christmas cheer, mailing service, out for delivery, rain, sleet, or snow, North Pole postcard. And you can see I have bits that I have stamped, I have little tags, I have stickers that I have popped up. There's another image that I have stamped and fussy cut, and that's one of those that I cut out, and more stuff over here. So yeah, I got a ton of stuff used on here, and these are just people, Christmas cards going out, you know, just so fun. This one is, oh, let's see, there's my inspiration, day 7. It was some European blog, I don't remember where. And this one, I made that banner across the middle and used a lot of chipboard tags and cardstock tags that are popped up on foam. So I got lots of great use, but I used a lot of wet glue, and so this is a little bit lumpy bumpy, but that's okay. It'll flatten out when it goes in the album. Used doilies, used one of those big wood veneer pieces, used all those stars that I've been hoarding for a while. So I love how that turned out. This one is day number 8, and it was a Disney theme, but I don't remember who it was from. Again, having the mismatched paper up here at diagonals was a little bit difficult, but I managed through it. It was a bit of a process on the video. It it almost looked a little bit painful watching me go through that whole process of creating this. Just this part and just this part, the cardstock along the bottom. So it's Merry Christmas, but the title was already on the page, and I just added tons of die cuts here, put a half of a die cut there, used some flair, used some of that chipboard piece, and used some washi tape. And that's the the sequin holly leaves, yeah, and berries. And you can see, I think every single layout has some sort of bling. This is one that used a ton of branding strips and washi tape, as well as this border that I stamped out. And that's actually two separate pieces that I just combined under the tag. The Santas I stamped in Fussy Cut. This I stamped out. Yeah, this was inspired, this was layout number 9, and there was nothing on there. This is a Project Life card or a pocket page card here on the back, and it said like day 17 or something, and I just covered that up just because I wanted a little more green in the center. And you can see there's tons of washi tape and branding strips on the background of this. I love how this turned out. And the title is just Christmas Love, and it's, you know, me and my hubby. Yeah, us watching our kids and grandkids open gifts. That's the best thing ever on Christmas morning. This one is one where I used a ton of those little stars that were so super thick, but I did get them used, so I was really happy with that. This is layout 10 from Laura Rumble. You can see I put a card over here, Project Life. Oh, I did use one of those wood veneers, and this just says 24th because this was Christmas Eve, and they were opening one gift each. I used a ton of the Christmas trees, the stars, these felted flowers I've had in my stash forever. I put my title along here, and I kind of wish I didn't, but you know, hey, it's done. We're all good. It's going in the album, one of the albums. Yeah. This one, oh, and I haven't put tape on the back side of that yet. This is layout 11, and it's by Inspired Blueprints. And this one called for mixed media on the background, making a big huge circle and then making this banner shape down here. Well, I used a piece of pattern paper, created my journaling pieces here, used this piece of, it's tinsel twine across here, and just used a ton of the ornaments and a couple of tags to go across there, just to mimic the sketch. And it's called All the Packages. And most of these, all but a couple, I have process videos for, and I don't remember which ones that I don't have. This is layout number 12, and it is a page maps, and it's 8.5 by 11. This one, when I did the video, everything was flat. I did not add any of the bling, but after I got it done and I set it to the side, I'm like, I need bling. And so I went back and I added all this bling around it, and I love it. I think it just pops out so nicely. I love all of these die cuts around, plus having the addition of the images that I've stamped. In areas where I had a little too much of the underlying cardstock showing through, I just added some bits of paper or tags to go back in there just to beef it up, like in here and then back behind over here. I didn't do it around every place. Like, you can still see some of the background there, and that's okay. It didn't have to be behind every single thing. This one is layout number 13, and it's by Laura Rumble, the sketches. And so you can see simple layout, but you know, I was able to use a full sheet of pattern paper. I did all of my journaling with this tile alphabet and used 2 different fonts to create the title, and this is how we buy it. And you can see a house, and my husband has his laptop, and Santa has his list, and that's how we buy our gifts. My husband does the bulk of the shopping online, which I absolutely adore. These were all created in the month of December, so I got 13 layouts made in December, and these are on to January. This is layout number 14. This is a sketch from the Hip Kit Club. You know, and this one I really regret having 2 photos on here, only because I did all this weaving pattern back here with these washi tapes and border strips, and you can't see it, and so it kind of hurts my heart. But it's fine. I mean, it's done. The layout's done. I'm not going to go back and redo anything. And this is called Oh Joy This Boy. And I broke my acrylic piece here. You guys probably couldn't tell it, but I could tell it, so it hurts my heart. But anyway, yeah, this is Christmas, or this is my grandson Cameron telling us to please turn the Christmas music off. He had his fill of Christmas music. Oh, and I left that off. I'll stuck it in there. This is a layout 15, and I don't have where it was from the sketch. But you can see there's where the circle came out of for the page a couple of pages ago. For there, I just put it all down here, and I double bordered it with craft as well as green cardstock. That sheet that was 8.5 by 11 is from an older album that weren't quite 12 by 12 pages, and so that's an offcut from that when I pulled it out of that older album. This is a 4x6 Project Life card or pocket page card. There's a bag here, and then I have my hidden journaling in there. And you can see I used 2 cards, 2 journal tags back to back, but I only journaled on one of them and the other side is blank, but that's okay. It just fits right down in here, and I put a little paper clip on the side only to catch it because this bag is so very deep. Yeah, so, and it's merry and bright. Yeah, I love how that turned out. And that's, I did use some mixed media with the, what do you call it, the Heidi Swap. I think I was using this chartreuse color on the layouts that I created with this kit. This is layout number 16, and it was a Page Maps inspiration. And this is, you got what for Christmas? Yeah. And this is everybody looking to see what everybody got at Christmas time. We're just looking around. This is before the chaos ensued. I was actually delivering a Christmas stocking in one of Santa Claus's little baskets, grocery basket that he left. And I went and picked up a stocking, and I'm taking the stocking to my granddaughter. So I love that I was able to use bits and pieces of scrap paper to go back behind there. One of those journal pieces there, I just actually put the back behind here with the word magic, and then the green at the top showing. I love how that turned out. This one is, and this piece of washi tape does not want to stick worth a hooey. I need to run some ATG tape on that. I will before I put it away. This is layout 17, and I don't know who the inspiration was, but you can see used a scrap of paper here in the middle, but otherwise I had black and craft cardstock, and I get the color from the washi tape and the die cuts and such. And then these are journal spots that I made. So it says Christmas wishes, and look what he got. Dollies. I have a Christmas package. I have the last of those stars on here, and I just love how that turned out. I love how all of these turned out. This one is layout number 18, and it was by Karen McDonough, and this is called Tech Time, and it just shows my granddaughter and my son sitting there, and my granddaughter playing on my son's phone. I love this one for the trees that I have nestled here together. I have this acrylic tree, which was a booger to get stuck down because it had almost like concave on the back side. I have a glitter Christmas tree and a chipboard with metallic gold on it. I just love how that turned out. Can you tell I love my own scrapbooking? Yeah, I don't think there's any one page in here that that I would redo, with the exception of maybe one. I think that one that I pointed out earlier, I wish I hadn't covered. And it's not that I would redo it, I just wish that I had only put the one photo and left that weaving visible. This one is layout number 19, and the sketch is by Laura Rumble. And you can see I used a lot of word phrases here that I just popped up on dimensional adhesive. I used a sticker here, wood veneer, that one alpha there, another sticker. Oh, I didn't think I used any of those, but I guess I did there and there from that Yuletide collection. More stickers there popped up, and I used the the vellum, the striped vellum, to back those photos. I just love this. This little Christmas tree is one that I made. I die cut it and then put it together. And then I love how that bling looks on there. It turned out so pretty. All of these layouts did. You guys are going to get tired of hearing that. This is layout number 20, and it's from Sketches with a Twist. These are 3 photos of my granddaughter Zoe. Now the original sketch had very small photos on it, but I went a little out there. I did my own thing. I wanted to show off this super cute little dress that she had in these leggings. So I added puffy stickers, chipboard stickers. I had 3 of the candy, red and white candies, and I just thought they matched so well, this entire layout. And I love those border strips that are back there from K & Company. They've been in my stash flipping forever, and I love that I'm using them. This one is layout 21, and it's Sketch 21. Scrap Friends is who designed this. And you can see here, the bulk of this layout is done with the stitching. That is the main highlight of that. Here and then down here. And then I just used scraps of paper in behind the photo to kind of bulk it up. Used a die cut piece, an embellishment piece here, some tags up here. Used a torn paper and a cardstock at the top, a couple more little die cuts down here, and some bling, and it's Santa's favorite elf. Love that photo. Oh, one too many. This one is layout number 22, and it's by Sketchabilities. Now this one, I had this old basic gray piece of paper, and rather than use any of the paper that I already had, I just used a couple of scraps to go behind those photos, and then I did this banner along the middle of this paper, and it's already color blocked out, so I really didn't have to do anything to it. So I put my title up here, my journaling right below that, then this border here, or banner here, and I added the Santa Clauses that I had stamped. These packages I stamped. These hollies I stamped. Then I put my journaling down here. This Christmas tree I made and added the bling to. So yeah, absolutely no pattern paper on this one other than the background paper. It is fairly light, and I may have to go back and add another piece of cardstock behind it just to reinforce. This one is layout number 23, and it's from Stuck Sketches, and I love how this turned out. It just says, I will take notes today, and it's my granddaughter sitting there. She got crayons and a little notebook for Christmas, and so she was content with that. She didn't need anything else on Christmas morning. She said, I'll write it all down. And so she was coloring and making notes in her little notebook. You can see I have a die cut piece here, and those were actually bits and pieces that had like a phrase and a banner in the middle of them, but I cut the banner down the center and tucked it behind so you can see it. Another floral piece here, and then one of those die cuts there. So washi tape down here with a gold border. Yeah, that one turned out so super cute. This one is layout 24, and it's a page map sketch, and these are my grandkids outside with my son. And these pieces of month design paper I've had in my stash for a long time, and so I'm finally glad that I've gotten at least 2 used with this Christmas kit. So that makes me really, really happy. And I love that I was able to get like this border strip here that's been in my stash forever. And I love being able to use lots of embellishments on this page. Yeah, I like how that one turned out. This one is layout 25. The sketch is from Sketch Support, and this one is called Blessed Christmas. I have that piece of paper with the packages on it, and then just put some, that is a branding strip off one of the papers, and that's a piece of washi tape here, and another washi tape and another branding sticker here, and that's just a sliver of paper down that side. Use that red glitter chipboard alpha, used acrylic pieces, used 3 of the little deers I created. These are stars from one of the embellishment packs. I want to say it was the Felicity Jane, but I don't remember which one. Use one of the Felicity Jane tags here. Yeah, use bling. Use that 1 alpha here. That's the only time I use that. That's another one I don't know if I'll keep much longer. This one is layout 26, and it was inspired by Laura Rumble. Well, that was awesome. This one again used tons of border strips and background pieces, and I didn't have a lot left. So I went through a lot of my scrap papers and cut off edges. Again, another piece from that album that I had that I never used. I have a little piece of sequin here. I have cork. I have those pieces. That's a piece that I stamped. Lots of embellishments, lots of background stuff. I just love how that background turned out. That is one of my favorite ways to create a background with scraps. This is layout number 28, and I don't know who inspired this one, but it's I used a lot of the washi tapes down here at the bottom to create this border. It used the gold sticker, this one that says "You're Loved." I used some of these glitter bits that sequins, or not sequins, gems that I have, die cuts, wood veneer, stickers, and it basically is Christmas hangover, and that's my granddaughter passed out on the sofa. Yeah, and our old dog Zeno was laid out on the floor right in front of her. They had quite the time. This one is another one of our dog Xena. The sketch was an 8.5 by 11 sketch, and I don't know who was the designer for this sketch, but I loved this sketch with all of these circles cut out. So what I did was I went through all of the little tiny scraps that I had, and I punched circles, all sizes of circles with it, along with some of these metallic gold stars. I punched those out, and then I had these sequin stars in there already in my kit, and so this is what I created. I used a strip of that vellum down this side and put Sweet Xena Girl, that was our puppy dog. She's since passed away, but yeah, I just love how this turned out. This one is for Christy's Beautiful Life. She also did an alphabet challenge to create a title, a long title with you know, at least 2 different alphabets. The sketch itself was from Just Create Scrap. So my title is There is This Girl Who Stole My Heart. She Calls Me Daddy. And it's just a photo of my son outside with my granddaughter Zoe. And we're decking the halls. We're putting out Christmas decorations that day. And so you can see a couple of different pattern papers. And then the rest of it is basically this title. And then I used a couple of the pieces that I stamped, colored, and fussy cut out. I think that turned out so cute. This one is layout number 30 from Hip Kit Club. And you can see I used this was half of a flower, and I cut it into half again so it would be quarters, and just tucked them here and here. This tag had a squirrel on it, and I just fussy cut that. We Go Together Like Christmas in a Sweater, and put over the top. I put that scraps behind the photo going this way, and then I had the solid green sheet, and it had a title on it, but it didn't suit me, so I added Merry Christmas down here. The title of this is called Grumpy Time, and you can see this is an image that I stamped and colored and fussy cut, and then here I had a little piece of that green twine, and then a little piece of that tinsel twine, and I just put up on that corner along with these lights from Chamel, and I love how that turned out. Super cute layout. And this is the final one, because December was 31 sketches. I wanted to have, or 31 days, I wanted to have 31 sketches. So this wasn't on Christy's blog, but yeah, I used chipboard pieces. I used a couple of pieces of the 4x6 Project Life cards. That was a part of one, and this was part of that, and I just cut this out and divided it. That's where I used those stickers, the poinsettia stickers. Those pieces are from that one piece that were falling apart. I used these little holly leaves and berries that I stamped and fussy cut. This I stamped out. Yeah, I love how these turned out, and I had so much fun creating these. And I hope and pray that these inspire you to get into your Christmas stash and get to creating. There's 31 layouts here, and you can see my box is full already. So 31 layouts, and of those, after 13 were made in December. So the rest were made, what is that, 15, 16, 17, 18 were made in January. So I'm really pleased with how that turned out. So, like I said, I hope this inspires you to get into your stash and start creating with the stuff that you have. And if you like seeing videos like this where you use your stash, feel free to hit that subscribe button. If you want to see my videos as they're posted, please hit that bell notification, and I hope and pray that you'll flip me a thumbs up so that you will get my video out there for others to see and hopefully be inspired as well. Anyway, guys, I will see you on the next video. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.